Then, if you can talk to us about it and give us some details.
Okay, the collection is for summer yeah, higher. Okay, the collection for summer 2019 is an extension of what I've been doing. It is a refinement of my work, which I think you know I strive to improve on whatever I've done so far. So my designs are perennial, and I strive to refine them even more with each season. So the collection was an ode to that same refinement. Thank you.
Abhishek, if we can hear from you on your collection, we know it's called One, and the inspiration is drawn from nature. So if you can talk to us about that.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So as you already know that the collection is titled as One. So by one, the thoughts which come to my mind is the silence which you can feel in the forest, yet when you experience a thunderstorm, how you feel. So what we actually wanted to do is that create a feel of a forest and take you through a journey while watching the show. And what we had done with the collection as well is like there's a lot of play of texture, different fine hand embroidery techniques, prints, and a lot of like wilderness which I wanted to come across on the ramp.
that's about it.
And Vartika, what were your thoughts walking for this beautiful collection, Thunder and Lightning?
He's a genius. And I think, like we say, simplicity is the most beautiful thing on this planet. And I think Abhishek totally defines that. The collection is truly inspired by nature, and it's very simple, elegant, and beautiful. And I think it's the most important thing in fashion.
Thank you. And Swapna, if you can talk to us about your collection, it's called Reminiscence. Reminisce? Reminisce. And it's got some really beautiful blush colors, so we'd love to hear more about it.
So this collection is inspired by my personal memories of this collection is inspired by my personal memories of Hyderabad. The city I grew up in is so culturally rich. If you take a look at most of the surfaces, it's just Hyderabad for me. It might not be obvious, but if you look closely, you'll see all the jals, the palampur, all of it.
And Diana, how do you feel? You look like $1,000,000.
Thank you. No, it was amazing walking for Mishru, and I love the fact that her collection was inspired by Hyderabad and old Hyderabad, and the fact that these pieces are so timeless and yet modern in a way. I love her color palette. The mauves, the pinks, the blushes. The off-whites, and I love the fact that she's using, the flower motif, which is pretty prevalent through the whole collection. But most of all, I have to say that her attention for detail is something else. So you can be rest assured that each piece is perfect.
Is there anything else, designers, that you'd like to tell us about your collection? Something we should take back home and remember from each of your works? Isha, if we can start. My question was, is there anything specific from your collection that you'd like us to take back home? Like one specific element from it that you'd want us to remember and be like, okay, when I look at this, this reminds me of Sapna's designs.
I would say my surfaces. Like, I feel that's the one thing we've really achieved this season, is to make each garment unique. So, yeah.
Okay, I go next.
Sure.
Okay, I think with every experience here or wherever in the world or wherever I've been showcasing my work, I take back, a hunger for improvement, and I try to refine my work, as I already said. So I think I'll take back again the same thing, and we'll try to improve and do better. Thank you.
And what's one thing from your collection we should remember? When we look at it, we look at that and say, that's Isha.
Paris. Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. And Abhishek?
So I would like to conclude by saying this, that it's wild. So I wanted you to remember the wildness side of it.
So every time we think wild, we're going to think of Abhishek and his beautiful
Think of
collection.
forest, remember me.
100%, we're going to do that. I'm going to open the floor to questions if anyone has any. I think they always prefer to talk to you guys one-on-one. They do this to me every single time. So we'll have...
I want more questions. Every time I come here, there are not enough questions, because
Don't
I
worry,
really want
they'll
to. I don't have a lot to say, and I don't have. I only get to showcase only 16 pieces for now. So I would really appreciate if you come back with a lot of questions. Please take this back. Like you asked us a question, that what we take back, I think you should take back, that you should come back with a lot of questions and do your homework and read about us and find out what we are trying to achieve with the fashion industry. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think that's something as a message they will definitely take back, wanting to know more about you and your work, and we'll definitely keep an eye out for it.
Yes.
Yeah? Thank you so much. If I can request all of you to stand up, we'll pose at the back for a